Hi, I'm now going to make a Thai green chicken curry, but it's going to be not the authentic one because this is, after all, lockdown larder type thing. So I managed to grab a small packet of green curry paste the other day, which I will endeavour to find in my pantry. So this is the little bag of Thai green curry paste I managed to pick up the other day in the shop. Because I never got a chance to go to the Asian guy that I usually go to. But it looks pretty good. I mean, it's actually made in Thailand. So it's probably got just about everything that one needs inside here. So I'm doing what I have, which is, of course, the obligatory frozen veg. I've got half a sweet potato left. I've got green beans, I've got red pepper, I'm going to throw in a few mushrooms and some cabbage. And a red onion and garlic, and then with the coconut milk and the green curry paste, and then I'll put some lemon juice in there because I don't have lime. And I haven't got lemongrass or anything. Basically a green curry is like a peasant stew. So you'll get millions of different recipes, but the basics stay the same, like the coriander and the dried shrimp paste and the chilies and so on. So it's whatever you actually have handy. Again, this can be veganized. Don't use chicken. Coconut milk is everything. And then, of course, your green curry paste you'd have to make yourself because that's got shrimp in it and fermented stuff, fishy stuff. So I've got rice on to boil. I'm just going to leave that, and then I'm just going to start now with the green curry, which is usually much quicker than anything else. So I'll just leave the rice to do its thing and start prepping all the vegetables and everything. Just going to put the chicken on my plastic board because I'm busy prepping vegetables. So these are skinless chicken thighs, which I will just use for the curry because the meat in the thigh is really much nicer. It doesn't dry out. It's got a lot of flavour. Shush, Charlie. And then I'm going to put some coconut oil in my wok because it's got a much higher smoke point, which is grand. One thing that I like to do with stainless steel, which is, the best for frying pans and pots and pans and so on, is you can make them sort of non-stick really if you, I don't know if this is a thing, but it works for me. I like to I've already seasoned this, so this will be non-stick. But if you get a stainless steel frying pan, what I do is I heat it up and it expands the metal, and then I put in some oil, and then I sling the oil around, and then the metal actually absorbs some of that oil, and then you find that your meat won't stick quite so much to the pan. So this should be okay anyway. Okay, so we've got some some coconut oil in. I'm just going to sear this a little bit before I put my spices in. Also because I haven't done my onion yet, which I should have done. So the red onion is really nice to go into something like this. Right, now I'm going to use this lovely spice bag. I can get it open. Okay, we eat really hot food, so let me just taste this. Might need to put some more chilies in. Oh no, that's good. Oh, it's quite flavoursome actually. You really taste the coriander and kaffir lime leaves coming through, which is delish. So we're going to let the oils and fragrances of this come out with the cooking. Okay, turn this up again. So we get a little bit of colour on this now. Okay, so I'm going to add the butternut because that takes the longest to cook out of everything here. When you add the vegetables, it goes with anything. If you always put the things that take the longest to cook and then build up to the things that are the quickest. So my cabbage will be the quickest. Right, so that's in there. We'll open this tin with my very expensive tin opener. And it was worth better than half the expensive ones I ever bought. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of this coconut milk. And then I'll add more as I go along. Because I don't want it just to be too liquid all of a sudden. I want it to absorb some of this first. Right, so now let me do the sweet potato. Sweet potato goes in. And then I'm going to add some garlic in now as well. I don't have fresh ginger, so I'll add a little bit of dried ginger. I have only this of my lemons. I have a tree full of green lemons, so I will use the bottled stuff, which is necessary. And the garlic I need. It's very fragrant, which is a good sign, because if the spices are dead, then you're not going to smell anything. And it doesn't typically have mushrooms in it. It's not really an Asian, well, it is Asian, but it's not usually in Vietnamese food, mushrooms in a green curry. But once needs must, you know, we need stuff to put in here. And because we're allowed to use whatever we want, really, then that's what we're going to do. So now I'm going to add some of the, no I'm not, I'm going to put the lid on here just so that this chicken and the hard veg can start cooking. First I'm going to taste this. Yeah, so I'm going to use a bit of lemon. And I'm going to put in a bit more fish sauce. A little bit of ginger. And then I'm going to see how hot it is, but I suspect we might need to have a chili in here just because we like chilies. Right, so I'm going to put a lid on here and let this cook away before I put in the rest of the veg. I think my big lid is still in storage, so I'll have to put this one. Right, this is done. So I'm going to take it out, give it a quick rinse. I did rinse it before I cooked it, just to get rid of some of the starch. And then I'm just going to let it steam a little bit until I'm ready for it. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this water up to the boil and then let it sit in the steam until I'm ready for it. Easiest way to do rice, really. some red pepper, and a little bit of cabbage to go in as well. Also not a typical veg, but hey ho, all vegetables at the end of the day. Okay, this is crucial when you have green curry. My youngest daughter would absolutely fight me to the death on this because she hates it. But coriander is, oh, it's beautiful. And most people don't like coriander, and then one day, after being forced to eat it all the time, they suddenly go, oh my god, this is the most incredible herb, what is this? And they learn to love it. So it's a bit like olives or whiskey. Not in our family, but anyway, that's kind of the norm. So I'm just giving this a rough chop because this is just going to be thrown on at the end so that it's nice and fresh. Don't stick it in before your cook is finished, otherwise you're just going to destroy the fact that you've got fresh herbs. And that's the fragrance and the beauty of fresh herbs. They should always be added at the end. I'm sorry I sound so nasal. I mean, you know, I think this Cape Town, even though we've got no pollution, there's obviously like quite a lot of pollens in the air that is making me sound like I'm American or something. I'm going to add a red chili. It is actually, for most people, I would say this is plenty hot enough. But you know, chilies are addictive in their own right. They're so good for you. The heat is, you know, fabulous. And then it just gives that beautiful color. And I always think that chili is really good for the logie, if there is any logie lurking around. So I'm just going to chuck this in anyway. Just, it's lucky that you probably won't be able to see us eating this because it is going to be quite hot, but that's cool. Okay, so butternut and sweet potato, incidentally, are vegetables that can be eaten raw. So I don't mind if there's quite a bit of resistance to this because I don't want the chicken to be cooked to death. So I'm going to toss in the vegetables that I've put here. So I've got some mixed veg and some green beans and some cabbage and red onion, red pepper. So this is all going to go in, and then I'm going to add the remainder of this coconut milk, which is actually really nice. Pleasant surprise. And then I'm just going to let this simmer for a bit, and then add the coriander, and hey presto. Right, so I'm going to cover this so we don't lose too much liquid, and give that a few minutes, and then it's all ready. Look at this rice, gorgeous. It's just ordinary white long grain rice because that was all that was available. So steaming it helps it so it's not gluey and disgusting. It amazes me that so many people really battle to make rice. I have no idea why people battle to make rice. To me it's very, very easy. So I'll tell you what I do. I don't often rinse rice, but I do for the long grain white rice, which is just ordinary because it is very starchy. So what I do is I salt the water. Sometimes I even put a stock cube in there because it's very absorbent and it's going to absorb that. And then I cook it until it's almost done. And then I put it into a colander, and then I put a little bit of water on the bottom, bring it to the boil, let it, and now I've switched it off as you can see, and then the steam just goes up. And then I put a lid over it, and then I just leave it. And then it's fluffy and perfect and dead easy. I mean, a lot of people today use rice cookers. Well, that's fine, you know, but if you don't have a rice cooker like I don't have a microwave, I don't use those kind of things. It's really easy to do. So it's 5:30, definitely time for hunters. I gave my next door neighbour some of the tart tatin today because clearly we can't eat all of this stuff, and I can't entertain, so it's ridiculous. And she very kindly threw this over the wall at me, over the electric fence, after shocking herself, because she felt that was a fair swap because booze is so hard to come by. So for me it was a really great swap. Thanks very much, Wendy. Okay, so this is done. I mean, it's taken all of 15-20 minutes. There's still a little bit of give in the butternut and sweet potato, which is fine. So I'm just going to switch this off now. because we shot this now so that we had sort of some of the ambient light from the day, so we're not going to eat this now. So I'm just going to switch it off for a while and then serve it up. Once I do, I will be putting all this lovely coriander on the top. In goes the coriander. And it won't really keep because it's been in the fridge for a couple of days, so I'm just going to use it all. And then I'm going to grab 2 of my pasta bowls. Some rice. And then some of this lovely curry. You can see how this chicken's just starting to fall apart, which is lovely. Okay, there we go. Voila. Enjoy.